Sorry, I'm too far outside of the political establishment for you to look in my ass. I'm Tim_Kane.
And I'm Hillary would have won.
And we're the otakus of the night. Today we're here to tell you about a new political ideology that we have been forming in our heads. And we are the figureheads of this new political movement called the alt-center.
Become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more.
There's been a lot of traction with movements like the alt-right among young kids in America. And as centrists, a lot of people think we're
middle-aged soccer moms.
Yeah, middle-aged soccer moms with a lot of money who are distant from the concerns of the everyday American people. And the American people feel like their voices aren't heard because we're ignoring them. And we'd like to say that we are really rich middle-aged soccer moms who are very distant from the concerns of the average American person. And we don't really care about your concerns. And we don't want to hear it. But we do want your support. And what better way to get kids support than to be cool and edgy? And that's why we're adding alt-center to our movement. We are the founders of the alt-center movement.
As centrists, we are not Democrats, we're not Republicans, we're not liberals, we're not conservatives. That means that we are not influenced and brainwashed by the liberal and conservative media. News channels like CNN, Fox, NBC, Huffington Post, Science News Weekly, PewDiePie's channel, outlets like that are brainwashing people into forming their own political ideology. And that's really unacceptable because they're brainwashing American civilians. People are forming their own ideologies based off of what they're seeing on the media, the biased media, which makes them themselves biased. But we as centrists, we denounced all these forms of media and we form our own opinions based off of nothing at all. That's why we're centrists, because we are outside of the influence of all the media, outside of the influence of everyone, and that makes us better than everyone.
How can you be a part involved in the political establishment when you are in fact the bedrock on which the political establishment was founded on? A lot of people think of centrists as these, big political businessmen wearing a suit and a long tie with a briefcase. And that's not who we are. We're alt-centrists. That's a thing of the past. We have a new look. It's a big political businessman with a briefcase and a bow tie.
A trend we've noticed lately among centrists, regular centrists who are still influenced by the media, the centrist media, the newly formed centrist media, a lot of those people kind of conform to the belief of being, socially a little more liberal, but fiscally a little more conservative. But the alt-centrist movement, this new movement we're forming, is socially conservative and fiscally liberal. That's right, we're dictators. We're kings. But what separates us from the likes of people like Joseph Stalin, Kim Jong-un, King John III, is that we believe in God, and we are capitalists, not socialists.
The socialists are trying to steal some of our cool millennial cred.
Our contribution to the center has been made possible by many, many generations of centrist leaders, such as Connor J. Sierra, and most importantly, Tom Brady.
I named my firstborn son Luke because I am so dedicated to the alt-center. And you might be wondering, what does Luke have to do with the alt-center? It's because my favorite temperature of water is lukewarm. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's right in the middle, which is the most respectable place to be.
We all know that a lot of people in the alt-right group are likened to Nazis and to dictators, and a lot of people in the extremely far radical left are likened to, violent protesters by people such as the alt-right. And, as an alt group, similar to the alt-right, we feel as though we should be likened to a certain group of people. And we feel that we are likened to dry wood because we're boring and we do nothing.
See our video, Why Being a Normie is Extremely Difficult. The alt-right is mobilized, and that sucks. They've got figureheads. They've got Milo Yiannopoulos, for example.
And Richard Spencer.
But us, you want to know who the figureheads of the alt-center is? Because it's going to blow your mind. It's someone who almost no one ever talks about. Our figurehead is good old George Washington.
Unlike you pussies in the alt-right, when George Washington gets punched, when we, the alt-center, get punched in the face, we punch back!
We punch back, all right. But we punch back with our brains and our wit and intelligence. See our video, Why Being Extremely Intelligent Sucks.
Being outside of the influence of the mainstream media means that I'm able to form my own opinions, unlike every single other person who conforms to a belief in either the right or the left. And that makes us more correct. And that is how the alt-center was formed, because we know better than anybody who's not a centrist. You know, we're just clearly superior. And because of that, we believe that the alt-center movement will be gaining a lot of momentum.
Some of you might be in awe with your jaw dropped. You'll be wondering, how do you guys manage to stay outside of the political establishment? How are you not influenced by media? You know, where do you get your news from? Well, we want to say, we are the media, so we tell you what to think. We are leaders, not followers, and that's why if you join the alt-center, you can be a leader too. You know, you can just be a pawn in the political and media establishment. And isn't that just extremely motivating and empowering?
We own the media. We're so rich that we can buy out all these news establishments, and we can make them unbiased by making them all centrist, because if all the news outlets are centrist, then there won't be any more biased lefties and righties.
Oh, and Milo Yiannopoulos, you are just a peasant to us. We can buy you. You may think you're rich. You know, you have your little niche in the media that makes you a lot of money. You make a lot of money exploiting people and by being a fucking douchebag. But we could fucking buy you, Milo. To a lot of our young and impressionable fan base, the most important thing to you in life in middle school is being cool. And a lot of people try hard to be cool, but the only people who succeed are the people who are trailblazers, who are genuine to themselves. And what better way to be a trailblazer by being not cool? So join the alt-center and be not cool so you can be totally cool.
So many people these days are cool, and not being cool is obviously outside of the norm. But by being not cool, you're blazing a trail, which is cool. Therefore, by being uncool, you're being cool. And one final reminder, we love the pussy, and the pussy loves slightly regulated capitalism.